When the day winds down and the sun slips beneath the horizon, our bodies begin a silent conversation with the night. For those over 50, this transition is not always smooth. Many people find themselves tossing and turning, waking up multiple times, or lying awake while their thoughts refuse to quiet. Sleep, something that once came easily, can feel like an elusive gift. But it doesn't have to be. The truth is, deep, restorative sleep is still within reach at any age, and it begins with creating intentional evening rituals that signal to your mind and body that it's time to rest. I've spent years as a health educator working with adults in their 50s, 60s, and beyond. And I've seen how simple, consistent changes in the hours before bedtime can transform not only how well you sleep but also how energized, focused, and joyful you feel during the day. Let's start by understanding why sleep changes as we age. After 50, the body produces less melatonin, the hormone that helps regulate our sleep-wake cycle. Our circadian rhythm, the natural internal clock, can shift earlier, meaning you might get sleepy sooner in the evening and wake earlier in the morning. On top of that, health conditions like arthritis, sleep apnea, or even just the discomfort of muscle stiffness can disrupt rest. Add in lifestyle factors, caffeine intake later in the day, blue light exposure from screens, or irregular sleep schedules, and it's no wonder so many people struggle to achieve the deep stages of sleep that restore both body and mind. But here is the good news: evening rituals are like gentle cues that help recalibrate your body's natural rhythms. They're not quick fixes, they're habits you build. Small steps that create a cascade of benefits over time. Think of them as a bridge between your busy, alert daytime self and your calm, sleep-ready nighttime self. I once worked with a woman named Linda, 62 years old, who had spent years feeling drained. She'd go to bed exhausted but wake up multiple times a night, never feeling truly rested. Through our work together, we built a series of evening practices designed just for her, things that fit her lifestyle, respected her preferences, and gradually trained her body to expect rest at a certain time. Within 3 weeks, she was sleeping through the night for the first time in years, and the changes didn't stop. Her mood improved, her energy during her morning walk soared, and her ability to focus during the day returned. The first step to building your own evening ritual is to set a consistent bedtime. This may sound simple, but it's one of the most powerful tools you have. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends, helps reinforce your circadian rhythm, making it easier to fall asleep and wake naturally. It's like teaching your body what to expect. Imagine you have a train to catch each night. If you're always there at the same time, the train comes on schedule. But if you show up randomly, you might miss it. Your body's sleep train works the same way. The next piece is to create an environment that supports rest. Light is one of the most powerful signals to your brain. So dimming the lights about an hour before bed can help trigger the release of melatonin. If you can, use warm, soft lighting in the evening rather than bright, cool-tone bulbs. This small change can tell your body it's time to wind down. Linda made this change by swapping out the bright overhead lights in her living room for a couple of warm table lamps. She told me it was like her whole body breathed a sigh of relief as soon as she turned them on. Another critical element is to reduce screen time before bed. The blue light emitted by phones, tablets, and TVs can interfere with melatonin production. If giving up screens entirely in the evening feels impossible, try cutting them off at least 30 minutes before bed. Use that time for quieter, more calming activities, reading a physical book, gentle stretching, or listening to soothing music. Linda replaced her nightly TV habit with an audiobook she could listen to while she tidied her kitchen or sipped her herbal tea. Speaking of tea, what you consume in the evening plays a big role in your sleep quality. Caffeine can linger in your system for up to 8 hours. So try to avoid coffee, black tea, or caffeinated sodas in the afternoon and evening. Alcohol might make you feel sleepy at first, but it actually disrupts the deeper stages of sleep and can cause you to wake during the night. Instead, consider a caffeine-free herbal tea like chamomile, lemon balm, or passion flower, which can have a calming effect. Linda began ending her evenings with a small cup of chamomile tea, and she told me it became one of her favorite parts of the day, a simple pleasure that signaled it was time to slow down. Movement can also be part of your wind-down routine, but it needs to be the right kind of movement. Vigorous exercise too close to bedtime can be stimulating, but gentle stretching, yoga, or a short walk after dinner can help release tension and prepare your body for rest. I often recommend a few minutes of deep breathing during these activities. Inhale slowly through your nose, let your belly rise, then exhale fully. This sends a powerful message to your nervous system: you are safe, and it's okay to relax. Finally, think about your bedroom itself. Is it cool, quiet, and dark? Most people sleep best in a slightly cooler environment around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. If noise is a problem, a white noise machine or even a simple fan can help mask disruptive sounds. And blackout curtains or an eye mask can make a big difference if outside light is an issue. These changes might seem small, but together they create an environment where sleep can come naturally without struggle. Once you've created the right environment and set the foundation for better sleep, the next step is to build calming rituals that signal to your body and mind that the day is ending. Think of these rituals as a gentle off-ramp from the highway of your busy day, guiding you slowly toward the peaceful countryside of rest. One of the most effective rituals for those over 50 is practicing mindfulness or meditation in the evening. It doesn't have to be complicated, just a few minutes of sitting quietly, focusing on your breath, and letting go of the day's events can work wonders. You might imagine each exhale carrying away tension, worries, and unfinished tasks. The goal is not to empty your mind completely, but to create a sense of space and ease before bed. I remember working with James, a 67-year-old retired teacher who often felt his thoughts racing at night. We began with just 5 minutes of guided meditation before bed. Over time, it became his favorite part of the evening, a moment of stillness that set the tone for the entire night. He told me it felt like closing a book at the end of a long chapter, allowing him to rest peacefully until morning. Another evening practice that can help is gentle journaling. This is especially useful if you find yourself lying awake thinking about what you need to do tomorrow or replaying events from the day. By writing down your thoughts, you're essentially telling your brain, it's safe to let this go now. You might jot down a few things you're grateful for, a brief summary of the day, or a short to-do list for tomorrow. Linda, whom I mentioned earlier, began writing 3 things she appreciated each night, sometimes as simple as the neighbor's flowers or a phone call with my sister. She said it shifted her mindset away from stress and toward contentment, which made it easier to fall asleep. Stretching or light yoga before bed can also be powerful, especially for those who experience muscle stiffness or joint discomfort. Slow, deliberate movements help relax the body, release built-up tension, and improve circulation. I often suggest starting with a simple routine: seated forward bends to stretch the back, gentle neck rolls to ease tension, and a few minutes of legs up the wall pose to promote relaxation. James found that pairing his meditation with a few stretches helped him sleep more deeply and wake up with less morning stiffness. The role of scent should not be overlooked. Aromatherapy can be a surprisingly effective part of a bedtime ritual. Scents like lavender, sandalwood, or chamomile can trigger the brain to associate those smells with relaxation. You might use an essential oil diffuser, a lightly scented pillow spray, or even a sachet of dried lavender near your bed. Our sense of smell is closely linked to memory and emotion, so over time, these scents can become powerful signals for sleep. Another key factor is managing evening light exposure, especially from digital devices. Blue light from screens not only delays melatonin release but can also keep your brain in a state of alertness, or those who like to watch TV or check emails at night. I recommend blue light blocking glasses or adjusting device settings to warmer tones in the evening. But the best solution is to replace that screen time with activities that truly prepare you for rest. Reading a physical book, listening to calming music, or engaging in a quiet hobby like knitting or drawing can help your mind settle. Nutrition also plays a role in your evening routine. While heavy meals close to bedtime can disrupt sleep, A small snack rich in tryptophan, magnesium, or complex carbohydrates can sometimes help. Foods like a banana with almond butter, a small bowl of oatmeal, or a few slices of turkey can support the production of serotonin and melatonin. James, who used to snack on salty chips late at night, switched to a warm cup of milk with a sprinkle of cinnamon. And he noticed not only better sleep but also fewer nighttime awakenings. Hydration should also be considered. While it's important to drink enough water during the day, drinking large amounts in the evening can lead to frequent bathroom trips during the night. I often suggest tapering off fluids about 2 hours before bed to reduce interruptions. Your mental state during the evening is equally important. Many people over 50 carry a lifetime of habits that keep them on even when the day is over, checking the news, worrying about finances, or taking on projects late into the evening. This constant mental activity can keep your nervous system in a state of alertness, making it difficult to transition into sleep. Part of an effective evening ritual is setting boundaries, choosing a cutoff time for work, household chores, and stressful conversations. This might mean telling family members that after a certain hour, you're off duty, or making a personal rule not to open emails after dinner. I've seen this single change dramatically improve sleep for many people. Finally, there's the power of consistency. The body thrives on routine, especially when it comes to sleep. Performing the same calming activities in the same order each night creates a strong association in your brain. These actions mean it's time to sleep. Over time, your body begins to respond automatically, relaxing more quickly and deeply as soon as you begin your ritual. Think of it as training your brain to recognize the path to rest when you walk every evening, step by gentle step. Now that we've explored the foundations and the key calming rituals, let's talk about how to adapt these habits for your own unique needs and challenges. Because there's no one-size-fits-all approach to better sleep, everyone's body, lifestyle, and health circumstances are different, especially after 50. So the best evening ritual is one that fits naturally into your life and feels enjoyable, not forced. Start by identifying your personal sleep disruptors. For some, it's physical discomfort, maybe arthritis pain, restless legs, or an old injury that flares up at night. For others, it's mental stress, worrying about adult children, financial decisions, or even replaying conversations from earlier in the day. And for many, it's a mix of both. Once you know your primary obstacles, you can choose evening practices that target them directly. Take the example of Carol, a 71-year-old widow who came to me with chronic insomnia. Her problem wasn't falling asleep, it was staying asleep. She would wake up around 2 or 3 a.m. and then lie awake for hours. Together, we discovered that part of the issue was low blood sugar during the night. We added a small, balanced evening snack, half a slice of whole grain toast with peanut butter about an hour before bed. And we combined that with gentle breathing exercises to help her return to sleep if she did wake up. Within a month, she was sleeping through the night more often than not. Another important piece is managing transitions between the activities of your day and your evening routine. If you go directly from watching an intense TV drama or scrolling through social media into trying to sleep, your nervous system may still be in a stimulated state. I call this emotional carryover, and it can keep your body and mind from shifting into rest mode. To counter this, consider creating a buffer zone of at least 30 to 60 minutes between stimulating activities and bedtime. Use that time for quiet, repetitive actions, folding laundry, doing light stretches, watering plants, or listening to calm music. Your brain learns to associate these low-stimulation activities with winding down. Emotional health also plays a critical role in sleep quality. As we age, we often face major life transitions, retirement, loss of loved ones, health challenges that can stir up feelings of loneliness, anxiety, or grief. These emotions can show up at night when the distractions of the day fade away. It's important to acknowledge these feelings rather than push them aside. Gentle self-compassion practices, like placing a hand on your heart and silently offering yourself kind words, can be surprisingly powerful. Carol found that pairing this with a short gratitude practice each night helped her feel more at peace. which in turn improved her sleep. Physical comfort can't be overstated either. The right mattress, pillow, and bedding can make a significant difference in how well you sleep. After 50, our bodies often need more cushioning and support to prevent aches and pains. If you haven't evaluated your mattress in over a decade, it might be time for an upgrade. Likewise, the weight of your blanket can affect your sleep. Some people find that a light-weighted blanket helps them feel secure and fall asleep faster. Temperature regulation is also key. If you tend to run warm at night, breathable cotton sheets and moisture-wicking sleepwear can help keep you comfortable. If you share your bed with a partner, it's worth having a conversation about sleep needs. Many couples assume they have to go to bed at the same time or use the same bedding, but in reality, adjusting these factors individually can lead to better rest for both people. Separate blankets, earplugs, or white noise machines can make a big difference if one partner moves a lot or snores. Above all, remember that improving sleep is a gradual process. Just as poor sleep patterns develop over time, so too does the ability to restore deep, restful nights. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate small improvements. Whether it's falling asleep 10 minutes faster, waking up one less time per night, or simply feeling more relaxed as you head to bed, over weeks and months, these small wins add up. And here's something important. The benefits of better sleep go far beyond feeling rested. For those over 50, deep sleep supports memory, immune function, hormone balance, and even the body's ability to repair itself at a cellular level. It's linked to lower risk of chronic conditions like heart disease and diabetes, improved emotional resilience, and a sharper mind. In other words, by investing in your sleep, you're investing in your future health and quality of life. Think of your evening rituals not as chores but as acts of care for your body and mind. Just as you might water a plant or tend a garden to help it thrive, you're giving your body what it needs to grow stronger, heal, and flourish even in the quiet hours of the night. If you take nothing else from this conversation, take this: deep, restorative sleep is not a luxury. It's a necessity, and it's something you can cultivate at any age with intention, patience, and consistency. Tonight, choose one small change: a warm cup of herbal tea, a few minutes of stretching, dimming the lights an hour earlier, and let it be the first step in your journey toward better sleep. Over time, these gentle actions will become second nature, guiding you into deeper rest and brighter days ahead.